So Power Book 3 Raising Kanan episode 3 is going to be the fallout from D-Wiz's death. It's going to be Raquel starting to plan for something bigger than what they're already in because their corners have been taken by Unique. But what are Rack and Lulu going to plan? I think this is Jukebox's time to shine as well in the coming episode. Kanan described her as a character that he loves, someone who can sing, but don't let her voice fool you because there's nobody as hard as Juke, and we're yet to see this side to Jukebox yet, but I think we could be seeing it real soon. So we're dissecting all things episode 3 and what to expect in this preview and predictions video. But if you are new to the channel and you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Book 3 and Power Universe related over the coming months. But let's start with the synopsis for Raising Kanan Season 1 Episode 3, which is titled Stick and Move, and it sees Kanan plot with his uncle for bigger goals, as Rack and Lulu also plan for bigger dreams. So there's going to be a lot happening from Kanan and Marvin to Rack and Lulu, but there's still going to be the fallout from D-Wiz's death. Jukebox in this episode looks like she's going to be getting into trouble, so let's start with the fallout from D-Wiz's death. The news is going to be starting to spread about his death in school and on the streets, and let's see how Kanan handles learning about the death of someone close to him because this is his first real loss, and he probably knew something had happened to him when he called his mom and D-Wiz didn't make it to his house. There's also the question of whether Juke will tell him that she saw D-Wiz get into Lulu's car, and that's the last time he was seen alive. So will Juke tell Kanan in episode 3, and if she does, will this change the dynamics of the relationship Kanan has with his uncle? And there's also Sean as well, because the death of D-Wiz is going to have some sort of impact on Sean as well as Kanan, so hopefully we see all of their reaction to the news. Now Kanan's going to get some questions from Davina as she starts to seek answers about Bug, and he's going to have to make sure that she doesn't know the full extent to his involvement, but Davina is someone who's not stupid. She knows how the streets work, and I'm sure as news starts to filter through that D-Wiz shot and killed Bug, she's automatically going to think that Kanan was involved too, and at some point she's going to learn the truth. I do think Davina is a character that's going to be the one to die this season. I think she's going to manipulate Kanan so much to the point where she hurts him, and she's going to have to go. I think it's going to be either Kanan or Juke to kill her as well. And speaking of Jukebox, we've seen a lot of Raquel, Unique, Lulu, Marvin and Kanan over the last couple of episodes, but we haven't seen Jukebox. We've seen her in this double side where she's living with Nicole, but we've not seen the hard Juke that Kanan told us about. We're of course going to see her confide in Raquel, telling her about Nicole, and Raquel will tell her about Symphony, but this is what I want to see more from Juke, the hard personality that Kanan mentioned in the very first episode. He said don't let her voice fool you, there ain't nobody harder than Juke. So I think we could really be seeing this side to Juke that we haven't seen yet. This seems like it's the same person that we saw in the trailer that was released before the season started, but I wonder when we'll actually see her drop her first body. Could it be in the next episode, or could it even be Davina later on in the season? As I mentioned before, Raising Kanan stars posted this image of Jukebox yesterday morning, and Juke is going to be up to no good with her crew. What she's up to we don't know, but we know she's selling clothes to make her raise that she may possibly be stealing from elsewhere, because we all know Juke is a hustler, so that could be something that could be going down in the next episode. So I really am excited to see this from Jukebox because regardless of us not seeing this other side to her yet, Hailey Kilgore has actually killed the role of the younger version of Jukebox. She's got the mannerisms on point, her personality is on point, and the best thing about Jukebox is there's still so much more to come. So that's Jukebox, but let's talk about Kanan, who's going to be a lot more ambitious in the third episode. He's going to have a thirst to get deeper into the game than just be someone who sits at a stash house all day like we saw in the last episode, and that was mainly to keep Kanan off the streets because the streets were still hot after Bug's death. But we had Raquel telling Kanan that this is how she started, got in the stash houses because that's what DEFCON had to do, not because she couldn't step up and do anything else, but to see she would listen and follow orders, and Rack is going to use this as a little test for Kanan. And just a quick one on DEFCON, having Rack starting at the bottom because in the very first episode we were told it was actually High Post who introduced her into the game, so I don't know whether it may have been only until DEFCON was out of the picture and High Post who took the head role, that's when Rack started to have more of an increased influence in the business, because that's what it sounds like anyway. And it also sounds like DEFCON and High Post were two people who may have worked together, and it's something that we'll probably learn about more in conversations between Rack and Kanan. But Kanan doesn't like following orders right now. He wants to run before he can walk, and is he ready? Only time will tell. But Kanan looks like he's going to be making a deal with Marvin where he helps him to get back in with Raquel's good books if Marvin helps him, probably to learn the game and learn the family business. So now we're going to see the partnership and relationship between Kanan and Marvin, and Marvin's going to be one of the mentors to Kanan. His teachings are going to start in the next episode, and Marvin just might be reluctant to do so, but he's not in Raquel's good books. She's definitely going to be pissed with him because of him getting arrested at Lane's after she was against him throwing a party in the first place. This is something that's going to push Raquel over the edge when it comes to Marvin, something that we've seen bring over the first two episodes, with Rack and Lulu not really considering Marvin when they're making big decision calls. Now, I mentioned in one of my Power Book 2 Ghost videos that Kane to Hard is someone who's emotional, but if he was able to make business decisions and wise choices by thinking 3 moves ahead, then he certainly would be a very dangerous character, and I really wouldn't rule out Marvin doing the same. He may seem like someone who lacks smarts, but I've had quite a few comments to say that no, Marvin was the one who was actually right when he said they shouldn't have given up the corners, and by doing so, Rack put them in a weaker position. And I really do get both arguments, but Rack wanted to protect Kanan at all costs, but Marvin wanted to make sure that they don't bow down to Unique, because it's left them in this situation where Rack and Lulu will now have to plan bigger, and we're going to see Rack and Lulu planning on bigger things as well, because their business has been hit hard because their corners have been taken, and we know that Lulu has one eye away from the streets as well because he's very much into music. Whether the death of D-Wiz and him killing him pushes him to pursue his other dream, only time will tell. But we all know that he's never going to be able to leave this life behind. Both Rack and Lulu who have a love interest, which I'm sure will complicate things for both of them as time goes on, with Rack who has Symphony and Lulu who will no doubt at some point get with Jessica. But what Rack and Lulu will plan now, we're just going to have to wait and see. Now, in terms of the fallout from D-Wiz's death, which I spoke of from the perspective of Kanan and Sean earlier on in the video, there's also going to be another perspective which we have to consider, and I'm sure episode 3 will look at as well, and it's from Detective Howard. In the last episode, he warned Unique that he doesn't want any kids' bodies dropping in the streets again, and he struck me as someone who likes to have control over the streets, someone who has control over Unique and Raquel, and has the streets running how he wants them to be run. But there definitely is not much control to be had when it comes to Unique and Raquel, because bodies are going to keep on dropping, and Detective Howard is going to be someone who wants to show every cop and criminal that he holds it the fuck down. And we'll see him on a complete power trip in the next couple of episodes. He's not going to be happy with the death of D-Wiz, another kid in the streets, linked to Unique and Raquel, but Raquel has the perfect alibi being with Symphony at the time of D-Wiz's death. In reality, D-Wiz's death looks like a retaliation from Unique's crew after the death of Buck, so I really wouldn't be surprised to see if Howard goes after Unique and starts pointing the finger at Unique when it comes to the latest body in the streets. So Detective Howard and Burke is another perspective to the whole situation that we're going to see. Now, I don't know how Raquel is going to go about getting control back, and was she right to give away her corners? Was she right to kill D-Wiz, or were both of her choices only a short-term fix because now she has no corners, a lack of business, and another body in the streets? I do feel it was the right call to make because there's no way she was going to sacrifice Kanan, but now it's about what her next move is. So let me know your thoughts and predictions for Stick and Move episode 3 as we get closer to the midway point of raising Kanan and a jaw-dropping episode 5. And I want to see how they build up to episode 5 and what this jaw-dropping moment is that they've been teasing over the last couple of weeks, because it is supposed to be something that blows the first couple of episodes out of the water. I think the first 2 episodes were good, but they just said wait until episodes 5, 8 and 10, which the actor who plays Lulu said watch out for. So I'm looking forward to the build up, more character development, and see where the storyline heads before the midway point of raising Kanan. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section for Stick and Move. Drop me your predictions and comments down below, and of course if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Book 3 related and Power Universe related over the coming months. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.